Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We've got some exciting updates today, and I want to jump straight into the latest developments, particularly concerning Iraq's economic reforms and ongoing currency discussions. A lot is unfolding, and some significant matters are beginning to come to light. So, let's get right into it. To begin with, Iraq's economic reform process is progressing, but there are still some critical pieces missing from the bigger picture. There has been considerable speculation surrounding Iraq's authority, with many believing he has the ability to implement crucial measures when the time is right. However, one key element holding things up is the awaited 122C amendment. This amendment is crucial to the overall process, and its delay appears to be strategic, likely because it needs to be aligned with the next steps that Iraq must take. In simple terms, we are at a crucial turning point, and the momentum seems to be picking up. On another note, MarkZ from PDK has been receiving reports from his high-level bond contacts, who are now anticipating major developments around February 10th. Additionally, there is speculation that some of the more substantial bond payments may not be released until after a potential currency revaluation. While some sources claim that this could happen imminently, possibly even tonight, the exact timing remains uncertain. Nevertheless, there are signs that progress is happening faster than before, which is definitely encouraging. Another noteworthy point is the increasing pressure from the United States on Iraq to expedite these reforms. Given America's current economic struggles, pushing Iraq to complete its financial restructuring is in both countries' best interests. In fact, recent reports suggest that Iraq's coordination framework, which includes prominent Shiite political groups, has indicated that they are not overly concerned about the potential impact of Donald Trump's return to the U.S. presidency. Mohammed Shahani, a key figure in this political alliance, has expressed confidence in Iraq's relationship with Washington, dismissing concerns about possible sanctions or external interference. This suggests that Iraq is strategically positioning itself to maintain and strengthen its ties with the U.S., especially as global diplomatic dynamics continue to shift. Historically, the Trump administration has taken a tough stance against Iran, and some Iraqi leaders seem inclined to foster closer cooperation with the U.S., particularly considering how previous American administrations under Obama and Biden allowed Iraq to become more dependent on Iran after the U.S. military withdrawal. This evolving geopolitical strategy is definitely something to monitor closely. Shifting the focus to currency matters, there has been a lot of buzz surrounding the Vietnamese dong and its relatively low valuation. While a weak currency might seem like a disadvantage to some, Vietnam has actually leveraged this to support its economic growth. The country's currency policy has played a crucial role in its expanding economy. While a dramatic appreciation of the dong in the near future is unlikely, there is a strong possibility of gradual growth in value over time, especially as Vietnam continues to establish itself as a key player in global trade. For now, the Vietnamese government remains focused on maintaining economic stability and ensuring the country remains competitive in the export market, which is fundamental to its ongoing development. Returning to Iraq, an interesting discussion has emerged regarding the use of the U.S. dollar within the country. Walking Stick, a well-known analyst, has made strong claims that Iraq is being restricted from freely utilizing the U.S. dollar domestically. Reportedly, former President Trump has made it clear that Iraq's access to the dollar will be significantly limited, except for very specific transactions, such as purchasing medical supplies or essential equipment. Even within these exceptions, the use of the dollar is said to be heavily restricted. This means that everyday citizens, businesses, and even the Iraqi Stock Exchange are no longer allowed to conduct transactions in U.S. dollars. This marks a major shift in Iraq's financial system and represents a broader effort to regain control over its own economy while reducing dependency on the U.S. dollar. The long-term implications of this policy could be significant for Iraq's financial stability and its standing in international markets. In terms of broader financial movements, MarkZ has also commented on the status of wealth redemption transactions, noting that the process did not move forward as expected over the past weekend. While this was disappointing for those anticipating progress, there are indications that work will continue even through weekends in the coming weeks, suggesting that developments are still in motion, albeit at a slower pace than many had hoped. Meanwhile, Frank 26 has shared his perspective on Iraq's currency evaluation strategy, emphasizing that a floating exchange rate might be preferable to a fixed rate pegged to a basket of currencies. He argues that a floating system would allow the Iraqi dinar to appreciate beyond a simple one peg with the US dollar, potentially enabling Iraq to achieve greater economic flexibility and long-term growth. A fixed exchange rate, on the other hand, could limit Iraq's ability to capitalize on its financial potential. This is an important consideration, especially given Iraq's substantial economic prospects. Lastly, an important update from the Central Bank of Iraq is worth highlighting. The bank's governor, Ali Alak, recently held a meeting with Steve Lutz, the vice president of the American Chamber of Commerce, to discuss financial and economic cooperation between Iraq and the United States. This meeting was particularly significant because it underscored growing interest from American banks and corporations in investing in Iraq. Alak reassured American investors that the central bank is ready to provide the necessary support to facilitate foreign investments. If this materializes, it could serve as a major turning point for Iraq's financial sector, boosting economic recovery and strengthening ties with the U.S. In the long run, increased U.S. investments could greatly enhance Iraq's financial stability and create new opportunities for both nations. So, that wraps up today's analysis of Iraq's economic restructuring, currency market developments, and the evolving relationship between Iraq and the United States. As always, these matters are evolving, and we'll continue to monitor the latest news closely. Stay tuned for more updates as soon as new information becomes available. What are your thoughts on these recent developments? Do you think Iraq is on the brink of a major transformation, or are we still in a waiting phase? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.